Let's talk about the shadow of the martyr. One of the reasons it is so important to look at how this shadow shows up for us in this moon is because we are working with the divine feminine archetype of the healer. And healing as a profession in recent decades has become heavily entrenched in the shadow of the martyr, which has resulted in way overworked healers sacrificing their own well-being and their physical and emotional needs in order to care for others. Motherhood has also been deeply steeped in the martyr shadow, as is most jobs and careers in the service and caretaking industry. I'm thinking of teachers, nurses, social workers, daycare workers, but honestly, this shadow is now expanding far beyond that as well, and is prevalent really in anyone working themselves to exhaustion every week because they believe they have to in order not to get fired or in order to get a paycheck that pays them what they want and need. Burnout is a term that just about every therapist, social worker, and healer knows. And lots of others of us are getting to know that word too now because we've had to learn about it the hard way. And it is the result of solely focusing our energy upon others and not on taking care of ourselves. So the healer archetype helps us to bring the martyr within us out of hiding and into wholeness. And it asks us to shift a whole lot more energy towards the care of ourselves. The healer invites us to tend to our most base and basic human needs, to prioritize them. And so let's talk about this word needs, because having needs does not make us needy, does not make us weak. It makes us human. It humbles us. In the end, it makes us a whole lot stronger and well-resourced. So becoming loyal to your own physical and emotional needs and desires is not a selfish act. In fact, it is one of great value to your loved ones. So for some of you, this might really challenge you. Some may think, why do we need more self-focused people when we have a cultural crisis of narcissism? But there is a big difference. The big difference is that self-healing has nothing to do with the ego. In fact, it actually requires us to break down the ego, which protects us from knowing what we truly need. And the way this works is the ego covers up childhood wounds. And when those wounds are covered, we bypass our pain and some of our greatest needs then. And we detach from our bodies and we detach from our humanity. Our egos would really love it if we were just brains, but we aren't. We are warm-blooded bodies with tender, tender hearts. So the martyr tells us to bypass our human needs with scripts like, I don't deserve to prioritize myself when there are so many people around me who are suffering. And I must prove my worth by giving and giving until I die or keel over, and I can never stop. Do either of these sound familiar to you? If so, this is a sign the shadow of the martyr may be quite active within your consciousness or your unconsciousness. Sometimes we're not even aware of these scripts, we just act them out. And I would invite you not to judge this, but to be curious and self-compassionate about it. See where you can bring more spaciousness into your life and into your self-care. So this is part 1. We're going to talk more on the martyr in an upcoming video soon. Thanks for watching.